Welcome back, Pokemon fans. My name is Angel of the Night 091, and we are in the Paldea Prologue tournament. It's an online competition that is between March 10th to March 12th. And of course, every Pokemon is available in the Paldea Pokedex in order to be used. However, one restricted Pokemon is allowed, either Miraidon or Koraidon. And as you guys can see here, I have gone with the Miraidon. So we are going to lead off here with Miraidon. That's always what we're going to do. Looks like he's got a Tyranitar, he's got a Talonflame, an Amoonguss, and Iron Hands. He's got Goldago, and then of course he's also got the Donphan Paradox. I can't think of his name right now. That's really bad. But anyways, we are going to go ahead here. We're going to choose our Iron Bundle, and then of course he has with him two Pokemon that are weak to Fairy. However, his Amoonguss is going to probably Rage Powder quite a bit. I don't think we're going to have to worry about outspeeding his Pokemon. However, the Goldago could be an issue. I really want to bring in the Mimikyu here for this team. However, I'm a little bit concerned in regards to the Iron Bundle on his side and the Goldago, obviously. So let's go. I think we're going to go with the Mimikyu here, and then I don't think Arboliva is going to be the right choice, but we're gonna try Arboliva. It does have the Earth Power, and then that would be beneficial for the Goldago. So I think that's probably the best option there for us. If I went with the Annihilate, of course, I've only got the Rage Fist, and then that's not really going to be able to do very much to Goldago, especially if it goes in for the Terra Steel. So with the Earth Power from Arboliva, it should be helpful to us in order to try to combat that Pokemon. So we're going into the second battle here in the competition. It's Great Tusk. Wicked. Really glad that the game tells us what the Pokemon is. Because quite frankly, with over 1,000 Pokemon, and me from back in 1999, honest to God, I cannot remember them all anymore. So I know what they look like, but I cannot remember what they are. So we are going to go in for the Terrestrialization because we don't want to get hit by any kind of ground-type moves. We're going to go in for the Tera Blast onto the Great Tusks, and with the Iron Bundle, we're going to go for the Hydro Pump into the Talonflame. That should be super effective onto both of those Pokemon. I believe that they are both 2 times effective, so we should be able to get that going. Now, with the electric terrain that's onto the field, of course, that's going to boost up the Quark Drive onto the Iron Bundle, and that's going to boost up our speed, so that's going to be pretty awesome for that. If the terrain does change, which is very possible it will, I do have the Energy Booster in order to boost up the speed. It looks like he's going to go in for the Terra Ground onto his Great Tusks, and that's a good choice for him, considering the fact that he loses his Fighting type onto him. So, I mean, the Tera Blast of Fairy is not going to be very as effective onto him as I would have hoped. So he's going to go in for the Earthquake here. That is not going to affect the Talonflame because it's flying, of course. It is an attack that's going to hit 2 Pokemon at the same time. And as you guys can see, my Iron Bundle and my Miraidon is going to survive with very minimal damage onto him. I guess that's not really minimal. I guess that's actually done a little bit more than what I would have expected. I believe he's got the... Think here for a sec. I think I'm going to go for the electric move onto Talonflame, and then I think I'm going to go for the Freeze Dry onto Great Tusks. I really don't want to lose to a Great Tusk, but I'm hoping that my Quark Drive Pokemon is going to be able to outspeed here. The Brave Bird coming from the Talonflame going right into Iron Bundle, definitely a good choice for him, because that takes away his biggest threat to his Great Tusk. However, what I probably should have done is I should have probably gone against the Great Tusk itself. However, with his own Tailwind, he's able to outspeed me, and he's going to actually take out my Miraidon. So that's not very beneficial for us, unfortunately. Not much that I could have done. What I could have done differently, though, is that go into the Talonflame, set up my own Tailwind. But I, honest to God, didn't think that Great Tusk was actually going to be able to outspeed any of my Pokemon. That's something I haven't seen in the simulators, so that's pretty cool. So we're going to place this one here on the left. We're going to place this one here onto the right. So we've got Mimikyu and Arboliva. We can no longer Terra type, obviously, because we've already done so. Now, if Arboliva gets hit, that's actually going to swap out the terrain. That's actually going to give us a grassy terrain and try to regain some health every turn. So that's kind of cool. So we're going to go in for a Shadow Sneak onto the Great Tusk because of obvious reasons. In regards to my Arboliva here, we're actually just going to go in for a Giga Drain. I know it's not very effective onto the Talonflame, but I think that's probably my best choice. Either that or Strength Sap would have been a better option because I think Talonflame's going to obviously hit first. Now, it looks like we are definitely up against a VGC player here, as obviously you can see in the name. So their gameplay is probably far stronger than my background is. I found a lot of VGC players tend to be a little bit more difficult to take than just regular players. Obvious reasons. They've spent a lot of time practicing their teams. However, I've had about a week with mine, so who knows, you know, how well that is. Okay, so we've got the Grassy Terrain that is going to activate, and of course my defenses are boosted because of the Grassy Seed. Now, we are going to get a little bit of Giga Drain. I really should have probably gone for the Strength Sap here, if you guys could see the reasoning why. We didn't get really that much health back, and of course with the Brave Bird, that's kind of a big issue here, so we are in a little bit of a pickle here. Definitely did not play this one the best that I could have. But again, I think we were caught off guard with the outspeed with the Great Tusk. I think I'm going to go for the Shadow Claw. And then, of course, I'm going to go for the Strength Sap here because obvious reasons. We want to try to get a lot of our health back. Even if we do manage to survive, which obviously we're not going to here, the type disadvantage is just too great against that Talonflame. The Amoonguss, of course, didn't really have to do any kind of Rage Powder because, you know, basically it's just one Pokemon against, like, the many that's on his team. So we're, like I said, we're in a pickle. And that pickle is not as delicious as I would have hoped. So, in comes the Spore. He's going to be able to put Mimikyu to sleep, which is unfortunate for us because we have no way of actually waking up. We have a Life Orb, so we can't really do anything there. The only thing that's got us, you know, some sort of help here is the fact that there is the Grassy Terrain up, so that's going to be how it is. We're going to go in for the Shadow Sneak here. We're going to try to get that Talonflame hit by an attack before it takes us out. Now, the next turn is definitely going to destroy our Disguise, so he's gonna bring back in, I think, his Great Tusk. Yeah, Great Tusk come back onto the field. As you guys can see, he's down into the red zone. If we can get some damage off onto the Talonflame, which of course we're not, we might have been able to take him out here. However, with the Brave Bird, there goes the Disguise, so we are going to be vulnerable to the next hit. So I'm assuming that he probably has like Iron Head or something onto his Great Tusk, and that's just going to be something that's going to be pretty effective onto us. So if I do go for a Shadow Sneak, it's kind of a toss-up between, well, do I go for Talonflame or do I go for Great Tusk? I think I'm pretty much going to have to go for the Great Tusk here. I think he's going to be the biggest risk, especially if he has the Iron Head. I might be able to survive one Brave Bird, but I definitely won't survive two. I didn't even survive one Brave Bird. Oh, okay. So for the next match, if I see a Talonflame and a Great Tusk, bring my own Talonflame, set up my own Tailwind, and then that way I should be able to speed it with my Miraidon. But if you guys enjoyed that battle there today, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Be sure to post your comments in the comment section below. I would like to hear from you guys what you guys think about the live commentary. That's with the battles versus the post commentary. And as well, if you guys like the battle, be sure to post and let me know. If you guys think there's something that I could have done differently, be sure to let me know. If you guys agree that I should have probably brought Talonflame versus their own Talonflame and then my Miraidon, you know, that's always a good thing as well. Let me know if you guys think that that was the right move. If you guys agree with what I did, you know, post your comments. Again, I haven't seen a Great Tusk outspeed any of those Pokemon before, so that's kind of new to me. So, all right, take care, have a good one, and as always, peace out.